Yeah, it's King Hill coming on. 5:30 in the a.m. Because this is what insomniacs do. My back's all jacked up. So, many months ago, I think it was about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit beyond that. Definitely within the last year, the F35 came into the picture countless times. Well, well, first, let's talk about the F-22 Raptor. POS, way too much money, and it's way inferior than any of the Sukhois, like the Su-35. Yeah, that would do friggin' just dance around a damn F-22 Raptor. And then the F-35. Ha! Supposed to be a multi-role fighter. Let's see. Freaking, there was problems with the ejection seat, with the helmets. It's really costly. It only has one engine on it, which is kind of absurd. It's supposed to be a 5th generation multi-role aircraft, and it can't. No, it's an inferior product. Way too inferior. And we can't even sell this to other countries. I mean, maybe countries without an air force, we can give them that. It'd be a starter. But why are we going to put all this money into the defense budget for this inferior aircraft that's already obsolete? It's insane. It's so insane that the defense guy freaking passed out on the staggering cost of the damn craft. I got into many arguments with people about the F-35. You just love the Russians. Blah blah blah. Sure. No, it's called being realistic. Understanding the weapons around the world and our weapons and how they compare. There's a problem. There was a problem with the picture. And what we should be invested in a lot of our money on, it wouldn't even be that much money. It's to create swarm warfare. Swarm, that's how we're going to... asymmetric warfare, that's what the Iranians do. Swarm attacks. It'd be nothing, absolutely nothing, for us to mass produce for $1,000. Once you got the process down, these remote control aircraft, the size of regular RC airplanes, well, maybe a little bit bigger, and so they can have a payload on them, and turn that into a multi-role drone aircraft, because you can have it fitted with 5.56. Pretty much a waste, though. I mean, you have a lot on there, but unless you're taking out infantry and such, you might as well not even use that. But you can go with 7.62, freaking in the wings, put freaking 200 rounds of 7.62 in there, and then also a grenade. And so when the thing runs out or whatever else, it blows up on impact. Do it with 50 cal. Put 100 rounds of 50 cal in there. Boom, 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 boom. 40 mics. Put a couple tons of those in there too. Oh, but what about fuel? Well, you have a fuel source on that little swarm aircraft or vehicle to get it to its destination, but you have a fuel cow in a tow vehicle that supplies, that feeds fuel to the vehicles while they're in transit. I mean, maybe they can just glide and such, but they would fly to a certain point, they would break away from the fuel cow and from the tow vehicle and go on the merry way to their attacks, and we don't expect to get them back. They're all armed with self-destructive mechanisms, and so like if it bam. That's defense in a nutshell.